Morning, everyone. Well, it probably won't be morning by the time this video uploads. I'm having a nightmare. So, I don't know what the term for this is, but basically Disney have been given permission by the government to buy Fox. I hate Disney. I despise Disney. I hate the dominance. I'm just happy that Warner Brothers have been bought, or Time Warner have been bought by a big company, AT&T, so they can at least compete. But this was always the reality, wasn't it? So what happens now? Well, I still think there's a long wait, but Disney have a lot of influence and they could push this move through very, very quickly, and things could start to happen with the X-Men and Fantastic Four properties. Obviously, I love the MCU. I do. I'm not saying I don't like the MCU. I'm not saying I don't like some of the stuff Disney do. I just don't like their dominance, and I don't like how they influence the pundits with reviews and stuff. Ant-Man and the Wasp has a 92% rating in Rotten Tomatoes. That's outrageous. I've seen the film. I live out here in Cyprus. I'm a former Iron Apple reality star. I won Iron Apple Raw in 2014. I am developing the first English-speaking dramas on Cypriot TV. That's who I am, and I get to see films before, sorry, you lot do. And I'm not rubbing it in. That's just the way that it is. So to give Ant-Man and the Wasp 92%, on Rotten Tomatoes is, you've got to question it. You've got to question everything in this industry, because right now what's going on isn't great. They haven't got a great variety of movies. It's superhero, it's Star Wars, it's animated movies, the odd rom-com, the odd comedy. It's pretty bare. So what would I like to see from the MCU with like the Fox kind of Marvel properties? Well, I want them to leave Logan, aka Wolverine, the fuck alone. There's only one Wolverine. There's only one Logan, and that's Hugh Jackman. But of course, this is Disney. This is Hollywood, and money is the name of the game. So there's going to be a big calm now. Who do they cast as Logan? Because they are going to cast someone as Logan, and I just don't know how you do it. I don't think it's impossible. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's impossible to cast, another Logan, another Wolverine. I suppose they could do a younger version. I don't know what they could do really, but as I say, but the bigger thing they could do, the bigger marquee PR thing they could do, of course, is convince Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine. That's the marquee thing, because is he in his late 40s now? Is he in his 50s? He's not getting any younger, but he still looks great. He can still pull it off, but I think he kind of didn't want to do it anymore. And he's a very moral guy. He's kind of said, I'm not coming back, doesn't matter what I'm offered. But I think he loves the fans, he loves the character, and I think if he gets a string of good films, because I think one of his regrets was that literally they only made one good standalone movie. The other two were pants, and I don't even know what they were thinking about. I kind of liked the first Wolverine movie. I know that's not a popular opinion, but the second one, don't take away a superhero's powers for a whole film. There should be the rules. If you're watching a TV show like Smallville, like you love, Clark can lose his powers, right? Because he'll get them back 45 minutes later. But in a film, you take away his powers. Well, why am I watching Wolverine? Why am I watching Logan if I can't see him kick ultimate arse? And that's the problem. So that was disappointing. So I'm not entirely convinced Hugh Jackman wouldn't come back. So that's a very interesting element as well. But the key element here is the Fantastic Four. I think what Kevin Feige has kind of hinted towards is Doctor Doom. He could be, if they can rush it through, he can be the Phase 4 villain. Phase 4 is the next phase, right? I can't keep up. But yeah, I think Doctor Doom is so important, a great villain in the comics, and they need him. So despite me being concerned about this takeover, there are some positives to it. Seeing what Kevin Feige could do with Doctor Doom would be awesome, although Kevin's record with MCU villains hasn't been great thus far, has it? So there's something to think about. But there's a lot of other characters, of course, and I don't there's so many things. Look, listen, there's so many things they can do once they buy Fox. I get it. But they haven't just bought Fox so they can get their characters back. That's just us kind of geeks looking at it one-dimensionally. They want all the properties Fox are going to have. The Simpsons is big money, Family Guy, big money. But what you may see is because Family Guy isn't 100% owned by Fox, because Seth MacFarlane has got a high percentage ownership of that, you could see maybe him moving away from them and selling it to maybe a smaller network. I don't know. Netflix. So don't think that things like The Simpsons and Family Guy and American Dad are necessarily going to stay with Fox and become Disney properties. But ultimately, this is why they bought it for their streaming service, so they can fill it out. Because Disney, they haven't got enough. They don't have the imagination to create enough original, product to put on their new streaming service. So there's a lot of reasons why they're buying Fox, and it isn't just about Marvel. But the Marvel element is exciting to us geeks. But as I say, the thought of Kevin Feige doing a Fantastic Four film really excites me. Now, it's interesting because I didn't think the other two films were totally rank, and I kind of quite enjoyed them. But I think that Kevin Feige can, do a much better job. And that's really exciting too. So that'd be interesting what he does with that. Also, I'm not too sure how long Feige's staying at the MCU, because I do feel a kind of sea change at the MCU. They're going very SJW, and I kind of suspect that Kevin feels a little bit uncomfortable about that. So that could be an issue when we go forward. There could be a falling out between him and Disney, because Disney have become obsessed with SJW stuff and diversity and, kind of identity politics, which is a big problem, creativity right now. I had an argument with the actor BD Wong over on Twitter the other day. I had to mute an A-list actor, just imagine that, because he was calling me a racist. And I was just saying that creativity should come before diversity, and diversity should be an automatic thing. We don't shout from the rooftops. But unfortunately in Hollywood, since Trump's gone in, they've gone a little bit caca. So anyway, I had to mute the guy. I wasn't following him that passionately. I respect him as an actor. He's fantastic, especially as Hugo Strange in Gotham. But at the end of the day, he's an actor playing a part. I can still enjoy what he's doing, but I don't have to follow him on Twitter. So that is a concern about the MCU and the kind of what the direction they're going to. So what do you think? This is my very first video. I'm Big Mouth. Actually, my name's Mick Meanus, and hear my big mouth roar. Will be another video soon. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.